to just give me some background now?
Hi, who are you?
Hi, Puneet. I'm a PM in the IE team here.
Okay, that's great. IE7?
Yeah, we're working on IE7.
Wow, we're all looking forward to IE7 and what kind of features it has. So why don't you tell us more about it?
Sure. I'll take you to the poster here. You want to come along with me? So some of the real cool stuff in IE7. Okay, this talks about the real cool stuff that's coming here in IE7.
Okay.
So one of the things which a lot of people have heard about already is tab browsing.
Yep.
Yeah. So apart from tab browsing, we have a lot of other things also. So enhanced security, RSS features, all that are now supported in IE7. So we here in IDC team and IE, we also have a lot of stuff done for IE7. So we are typically working for IT pros here, people who are corporate admins, and we are like policy enabled all our stuff, and we are now coming up with a toolkit, which is like giving support for IE across all corporates, across ISPs and across ICPs.
That's great. So why don't you tell us some of the most exciting features about IE7? What do you think would be the big hit?
One of the things,
and how do you see it competing against something like Firefox? Or
oh yeah, if you look at the market shares right now, I think IE is like already doing great, and going ahead will be like, it's just simply amazing. I can say that for sure because I've been through it. So RSS is like one of the coolest things that's going to happen in IE, being support for the real simple syndication as we call it.
Right.
And apart from that, well, yeah, tab browsing. And this is something which most customers were really looking forward to, and we've taken their feedback and put it into IE.
Okay.
So tab browsing, another cool thing. Yeah. Apart from that, you can add all these into favorites, as you can see that. So it's not just about simple usability that we talk of. It actually provides a far better, easier environment for users to use.
Okay.
It's really cool to work on. Yeah.
So hello, this is Channel 9. Who are you?
Hi, I'm Siddhant. I'm working as a test in the IE7 team here at IDC.
Okay, that's fantastic. How about you?
Yeah, my name is Balasubramaniam, working as a test in the IE team.
Okay.
Nothing else.
Hi, this is Vyasagar, and I'm an SZ 2 in the IE team.
Great.
And this is Charuni, and SZ in IT.
Okay, that's fantastic. So why don't you guys tell us more about what IE7 is going to offer compared to Firefox? Why is it going to be better? Why is the IE7 experience going to be better than IE6?
Yeah, experienced Siddhant.
Well, you got to try it to find out how it's actually different or not. So I would actually suggest that people try it out and see how it actually performs. And as I've been using it from day one, and it's been just amazing. It's so simple to use as compared to Firefox and Opera that I don't think there is any competition there. It is coming from Microsoft, yes, so I'm a little biased that way. But as an experienced user of IE6, I think it's something that value. Tab browsing is the main selling feature, but there is a lot of things which are coming out like RSS and some. Sorry.
Anti-phishing is like
anti-phishing. Yeah.
Things which a lot of people don't know about right now.
Tell us more about it, Puneet.
Sure.
What is
one of the security features? Yeah. And typically, of sites and all those spam mails which give you links to certain websites which are just replicas of the exact websites, but they just look like it. So they typically ask you to put a credit card information and all. So these are phishing sites, as they're popularly known as.
Right.
So Microsoft in turn is maintaining a database of all these sites. So IE, whenever it figures out such a site, it actually goes to the database and checks for it. So in case there is a phishing site, it will actually prompt the user to say that this is a phishing site, and you will warn the user for it.
That's a fantastic security enhancement.
Exactly.
That's really nice.
Yeah.
So you were saying this is going to be better than Firefox and Opera. I'm an Opera user. Why should I shift to IE7?
Okay. Are you working at Microsoft?
Yes, I am. I still prefer Opera.
Maybe I should turn the camera around and get your picture in the face. But besides, as Puneet highlighted the security features, it's about making it simple for people to use. And tab browsing is just one of them. But in terms of improved accessibility, the UI itself is taking a major switch. And you'll find a lot of differences between the way IE6 and IE7 is presented. One of the things is basically just in fact, you'll find that like half the buttons are gone because we are making it based on research on how people actually use IE. We're changing the UI, and we're going to say that just a minimum amount of buttons, clean and simple UI. That's the focus.
Right. So that's the first thing I noticed as well. You just have the go forward, and the refresh button.
Right.
And the stop and refresh is the same button, if I'm not wrong.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's
I think that's really nice. It cleans the clutter.
Exactly. So we're making it simple according to what we have received from the users, their perspective, and we are changing our UI that way. So some of the features actually which we are adding in terms of security is
It's like restoring IE to default is a feature where you don't get messed up with. If you get messed up with IE so much, like you're not able to use it, and you have just this one button to save you off, and this button will like restore you to the previous Windows installation state. So it's like you are back to normalcy.
Is it something like Windows Restore?
No, not really. It's only the settings of IE gets restored so that you are able to use IE after this.
it's
Okay.
similar in the concept. I mean, suppose you have IE7 and by mistake you install Google Toolbar, for instance, right? So
Oops,
what?
don't do this.
By mistake, something
Yeah.
like this happens. So you press this button and immediately things are back to how it should be.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
So you guys want to talk about features which?
Yeah, I mean, I'm working on a feature called IEAK, which is not for just private people like us, common users. It's for the corporates
Right.
who wish to really customize their IE, so that the users really get a feel that it's not from Microsoft, it's from their own company.
So you're the person who creates the IEAK?
No, I'm the test part of the IEAK.
Okay.
Well, there's one more guy called Sridhar out there who is doing the real coding for that.
Okay. Somewhere there.
Yeah, somewhere there.
So yeah, IEAK, it allows you to customize the browser to the needs of the corporation, to the organization. They can change, they can play around with the logos, they can play around with the settings, default settings the users get,
Right.
so that everything looks like customized off the shelf to you. The user doesn't have to go bother himself to configure things where in an organization. Everything is set up.
Right.
That IEAK is a feature that really.
So what does IEAK stand for? I have used IEAK before, and what are the new features you're going to be adding to IEAK now?
It generally adds in. IE7 has got a lot more new settings when compared to IE6. So all these settings are again customizable, and so IEAK7 will take care of the customization of the new settings that we are adding. And the IEAK6 wizard was a bit too big and was not so easily, it wasn't so easy for the user to understand, for the administrator who's configuring to understand. So this latest IEAK has a lot number of pages cut down. It's a lot simpler. The UI is really good. It's so simple.
I really love the earlier one as well, so I'm sure it'll get only better.
It should, certainly will get better.
So it stands for Administration Kit, if I'm not wrong?
Administrative kit.
Okay. That's great. Okay, thanks so much.
How about that?
So hi, who are you?
Hi, I'm Snehdeep. I'm test lead at Microsoft IDC and working in IET.
The IE7
Yeah, and our responsibilities basically include we own the IT Pro pillar here at IE, which means that we own the Longhorn persona called
Longhorn? Is it still called Longhorn?
Windows Vista persona called Ichiro. The main focus of most of our releases and most of the features that we work on are the IT admins who basically manage large corporations. So we own features like group policies, IEAK, RID, which is like restoring IE to default. Those are the features that we are working on.
Great. So we've just been hearing about the new features in IEAK, and so there was the other thing you talked about where you can restore IE. So
Yes,
what is that called again?
Restore IE to defaults.
Okay.
That's basically that if IE is over customized, it can reach to a state where it's not usable anymore. And in past it has reached to a lot of PSS calls. And to
So does it use the plugins essentially?
It can be plugins, it can be like customized user settings like security and privacy and content and the options to like whether to save privates or save passwords or not save passwords.
Okay.
It can be basically all the user customizations that are available through IE settings.
Okay.
And what this feature will do is essentially when customer gets into this over customized state and end user cannot use IE anymore, these commands can be run by either the IT admins or the PSS that's in call to restore the IE back to default, where all the history and favorites and everything is restored to just to the state like IE is newly installed, so that they
But
can
does
go
it
back
lose
to
my
home
favorites
page.
as well?
Yeah, it will end up in losing the data, but at the same time, it is giving you a clean state where you can kind of start from scratch.
Right, but you always have a file name import export
Right.
for the
right,
favorites.
Right.
That's right. So can we have a look at what we can look at IE7? How IE7 is
Sure.
going to look like?
Yeah. So these are all the tab features. So for example, if I'm browsing, say, a new site,
No, this is the latest presentation. Yeah, it crashes and yes.
okay. So let's say I'm accessing a new site, and now tab browsing basically allows me to like mark my various news to open into a new tab. See the news coming up in this new tab with a central mouse button click. And while I can still browse my
Can you
page.
do the central mouse button thing?
Yeah. So,
That's for opening a new tab.
yeah. So when I click on this, it's going to open a new tab over here. And I can still look into whatever news I was still reading at. I can also get like tabs preview and then navigate to the tab that I need based on whatever page it has opened. Like I
This
can
looks
go back
awesome.
here or I can go back here. I can create favorites of the tabs. So now I can add a group of these tabs to favorites so that next time when I open the page, I can just open all these pages at the same time. Then I can have RSS feeds. So for example, I can get MSNBC's top stories in IE now in this form of RSS feeds. And I can subscribe to this feed, and so that's kind of going to be kind of the next phrase after search and browse, right? It's like the subscribe.
You can put
based
mini
on
explorer
RSS.
there if you click on the star.
This one?
No, yeah.
Right.
So this is the mini explorer. So this will have.
So this is where you can have like RSS feeds and history and favorites and
That looks awesome.
to organize and
Can you show the
Yeah.
feeds one again?
here.
No, on the left, on the preview thing.
Oh, this one? Actually, I don't have any feeds subscribed right
Okay.
now, so it's not showing up over here. But it should if I have.
You can actually drag all of these tabs and bring them there.
Which one? Oh, these
Yeah, you can select multiple tabs and you can drag them there.
onto favorites.
Yeah, I think it works.
Okay, maybe I'm not doing it right now. Okay.
So
So this is where all my news. Yeah, this is where all my news are now to date. To like now I can go here and start reading news. And these are my. This is new IE printing, where IE is now going to allow it to shrink to print. So in IE6, basically I will lose all this side content, right?
Right.
My HTML page isn't formatted well, but now with shrink to fit, IE will now allow me to kind of print this entire news without actually losing a lot of my critical data on the page.
That's a great feature. That's a great feature.
So now with this search engine, I can now set my engine to, I can choose the provider that I want to search using by default. So when I try to search something on this, if I try to go to some site now, which is either like say misspelled or then I can get the Google search routed to, wow.
So you do have an option of using
Oh,
Google as
actually,
well.
hold on. Yeah. So now I can set up my search engine to be Google, basically. And the RID feature that is supposed to come up, it's exactly for these type of sites. So now, for example, this site would ask me, do you want me to be set up at your home as your home page?
Right.
And if a novice user ends up in clicking OK and sets this page as his home page, which he doesn't want, and these type of customizations basically can make his IE to almost unusable. Then there will be an option to go from tools, options, advanced, and there will be a button available over here which will be like restore your advanced settings.
Okay, it's not there right now, but
Yeah, but it's supposed to add where it will basically, when clicked on this button, they will get like their home page, all the other settings, the security settings, the privacy settings to the install time, which basically is making their IE usable now from the over customized state that they got IE.
That's great.